Hi, I'm Lou. Another episode of My Car Story. We're in Milwaukee today, and we're at the World of Wheels. Come on out and see a great show of cars, the World of Wheels, whether it's in Chicago or Milwaukee or some of the other destinations. And I'm here with Mike Adam. Mike, good to see you.
Thank you.
You brought a great car out here. Let me grab the camera as I usually do just to start talking about your car. So Mike, who was originally the driver of this car? Who learned to drive on this car?
My wife, Lynne, learned to drive on this car back in the day. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And so this car has been in her family since 1968. They're the second owners of the car.
Come on over on this side. Let's take a look at what we brought today. And this is the first showing of this car from the restoration. Is that correct?
That is correct. The car was last driven in approximately 1974, and it was parked in a barn for until like 2002 or so, when a friend of mine convinced me to drag it up to the house and start a restoration process. Like many of them, it kind of stalls out a little bit, and then about 2.5 years ago, I took it to Princess Classic Restorations in the Swinger area to do the total restoration on it.
And this car is all the way back to new. I mean, this looks phenomenal. Let's go on this side for just a moment, because we got a little more space.
Okay.
And I need to keep walking back just a tad to get this car in. And I'll let people meditate on that stance just a little bit. Have you had this car out at all driving it?
No. We finished the restoration in November, so it made the trip home, and it's been in the garage.
Has been in the garage. So this summer, this will be the first time this car is out.
Yes, that is correct.
Great wraparound windshield.
Yes. So with the tinted glass.
And all the chrome was redone. Look at the
or polished.
Polish. Look at the way the door handles almost look like arrows. And the wonderful Thunderbird there. What is the color of this car, Mike?
This is Monte Carlo Red.
And this is an original color to the car.
Yes, it is. So everything that we did during the restoration, we took it back to the original car, the way it was. As you can see, there's a lot of chrome on the bumpers and the tail lights.
You were sharing with me, this bumper is like a 5-piece bumper.
Yes, so there's the bottom, the 2 wings, and then the 2 bullets.
Wow, and you were saying with the 60, the waffle back there?
Yes, the 1960 Thunderbirds had the 3 tail lights in the back as opposed to the 2
okay.
The 58s and the 59s.
And usually I wouldn't show a trunk, but your trunk is so special that from the history point of view, let's just quickly kind of...
So in the Thunderbirds, they all came with the truck liners, the beautiful plaid, per se, with the redone. It's got the original jack, and so on.
That looks great. All right. I noticed too, move the... show me how you got that keyhole thing.
Okay, there's a little tail that slides down to cover the key slot.
Cool. All right.
And that is original to the car.
Let's open the driver's door, please.
Okay.
Go ahead. Wonderful.
Okay.
Big, thick doors.
Yes, it's a very long door, and you learn to get in and out with that dog leg. It's got a red leather interior to it. So again, after sitting, we had to replace the seat covers. The door panels, console, everything's original to the car. Just cleaned and repainted. The dash, chrome, and so on, it's just been cleaned and polished.
Wow, the instrumentation just looks wonderful. I mean, this all looks so wonderfully plush on the interior.
Yes, the car comes with air conditioning, power seats, and power windows, which was pretty luxurious for 1960.
Oh yeah. Little park reverse neutral dash.
Plus power steering, power brakes.
Look at this piece up in here. The dashboard here. How it wraps around. Thunderbird. Wonderful feel for the passenger in the car as well. And how it goes down the center in the console. Mike, let me have you pop the hood. Let's take a look at that. There we go. I'm going to, for just a moment, feature Bruce's restoration place so people can see that.
Okay.
If you want your Thunderbird restored, have it restored just like this. And the yellow valve covers were correct.
Yes, that's unique to the 1960 was the yellow valve cover and the black for the engine. It's the original motor, the original engine and transmission, radiator, AC system for it.
Let's start it up. That is super silly smooth.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with the way it runs and sounds on it. So.
That is wonderful. What size engine?
It's a 352, so that was the standard base engine for the Thunderbirds.
You can get a little exhaust on it if you don't mind.
And it came with the standard dual exhaust.
Standard dual exhaust. Just a little throttle for just a second.
All right.
Let's shut it down, Mike. Let's shut her off. We'll have you stand right next to her. Okay. Hey, Mike, thanks so much for being on My Car Story and the great story of how Lynne originally drove this car and you brought it all the way back and how it was in a barn for so long. Beautiful car. Glad we're doing the first video on it. Thanks for being on My Car Story.
Thank you for having me, and I'm very much forward to having it in a lot of shows and taking it out for drives and enjoying it.
Thanks, Mike. Bye-bye.
Right, thanks.